What's going on, people? Right now it's currently, I don't ask me why I've got a beanie and a coat on as well. It's 12:09. We've just I've just gone through letting agents. So I spent 2 hours. I spent an hour going through some follow-ups from last week about some current deals, and then I spent 2 hours just then going through letting agents on Rightmove, Rightmove, On the Market, and Zoopla. And then now it's 12:10. I've put some potatoes in the microwave. I'm just gonna go have a quick shower, come back, and then lock into it. You know, it's so easy to get agitated when you're thinking about, like, sometimes, like, I'll have it all planned out. I know exactly what I'm doing. I have this feeling, and then it'll just hit me with, what the fuck am I actually doing? Honestly, because the feeling you get after, like, most people won't realize, when you've been doing for something for so long, and when you've been doing something for so long, and you say to yourself over and over again, something should have happened by now, something should have happened by now, but you find yourself having to keep restarting at kind of the same point, really, to get to where you know you could have already been if you followed the right path, but you're not, and now you have to start from the beginning. It's so hard to just keep going because you just feel like, what the fuck? And especially when you do have guidance in terms of, you've learned this course, you've done this, but in terms of thinking, is it ever really going to happen when you're in the middle of doing it? It's just, it makes me feel agitated, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't want to, there's been days where, I've taken maximum action, just sending messages and doing all that, but then I've never actually made the calls. Or when I have made the calls, it feels like I've done the whole day just spending time trying to get these leads, but then when I call them, nothing happens. Do you know what I mean? It feels like I've just wasted the whole entire day. But it's more so, I don't. What makes me more excited about this is not the fact that the idea of getting the property. It's the idea of spending the whole entire day taking the action to then get the property, if that makes sense. It's like I can visualize myself working hard and hard and hard and doing all the steps correctly. Because here's the thing, right? People talk about all the time, like, you can do anything you really want to do. And that is, I believe that's true, even though I'm not in the position where I want to be. Because realistically, if you said, I want to be a world class, a world champion, and if you said you wanted to be the UFC middleweight champion, if you did it every single day, like literally every single day, like harder than anyone else has done it before, you'll get there. Hopefully. Let's say as long as you don't break both your legs or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But I always feel like, if you were born on Earth with a dream, God has implemented that dream inside of you, so you're gonna get that regardless. Maybe I'm going a bit far fetched here, but what I've realized doing this thing is, it's more so it can be as hard as you want it to be. It can be as hard or as easy as you want it to be. It's easy in terms of, I've written down all the steps I need to follow, but it's only going to be hard if I don't actually take the action when the time comes up. I can send all the messages, I can make all the letting agent calls. I mean, I can save all the letting agents to make calls, but can I call them? Can I actually take the next step that people don't want to do? Can I call these letting agents for 2 hours, 3 hours straight? Can I call these landlords for an hour straight? Can I go into the letting agencies? Can I go drop off these flyers? Yes, I can. And I need to. It's not even I can, I need to do it, even if I don't want to, because I need to make this feeling inside of me, almost as if I'm not human, I'm just a robot following a process, whether I get shouted at. Because the worst thing that people can say is no. The worst thing that can happen is people say no. That's it. So, that's just something that, I've just decided to share real quick. I mean, we are on day 3 at the moment, so, and next month is my birthday, so let's try and get my HMO property before my birthday. And maybe next month, you never know, I might get my next one, but I don't know where I'm seeing myself actually when I think about it, because a lot of the time I'm trying to think of the XYZs, like, oh well, when I get my first 2, well, I'm gonna get my money for the next one. Well, obviously, worst comes to worst, I get a job. It's not even the worst comes to worst. That's what a lot of people do in order to do that. And then maybe I might leave that, use the money, and take it into this. You never know. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And, you know, you have to, because ultimately, if not this, what else? I've always asked myself that question. If not this, if not getting my rent HMO property, getting this, and then eventually taking that money and learning about the whole social housing thing and taking that money into my own properties, where do I go from here? I don't know. Because then I'll just be working a full-time job, and then there's no place to succeed to exceed in, except obviously if I save my money and go through property that way. You know, all of it's quite blurry at the minute, but I always say to myself, if I can't do this, I can't do anything else. So let's just see how it. Well, I don't want to say let's see how it goes. Today, I'll update you at the end of the day what's going on. But yeah, I'm gonna get a shower now. Shower. Yeah. Here we go. Day 3. I'm starting to like this YouTube shit now. Honestly. I'll edit the video to make sure obviously it's together. What time is it now? It's 6:40. I've pretty much worked the whole day, and when you work for yourself and you know it's on your own time and you know that what you're aiming for is something that's going to be it's going to make you feel amazing, it's going to make you feel happy, you're able to work at lengths of time that you wouldn't be able to, like, you wouldn't even feel like you're capable of doing when you work in a full-time job, or not even a full-time job, a job that you don't necessarily like. You know, I'm able to work from anywhere from 6 a.m. all the way to late at night because I want to do it. Now, granted, I do get tired sometimes, and all I can think about, you know, when you're chilling is you want to work. You know, when you're working, all you think about is work, and when you're chilling, all you want to do is work. You know. That's why I give myself at least 30-minute breaks every now and then, but it's also good to chill later on. It is good. So I've made today, I've made some calls to letting agents, made some calls to agents on for sale to then talk to the letting agents. I've called landlords. At the moment it's 7 o'clock. I've gone to the library to get my library card so that I'm able to go. Basically, it's like you need to get you need a library card to be able to go when it's unstaffed, so you can go in with a card. I need to print off some letters to be able to send to landlords. Obviously, that's still an idea of mine, because I know, to be fair, it's like if it's a fully licensed HMO, I know if it's a fully licensed HMO, I know I don't need to go on spare room to then be able to find the right property. But what I'm doing is I don't want to go on a HMO register, right, and then send out a bunch of letters to the people, because the rooms might be fully taken. The rooms might be fully, obviously they might be tenanted. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just sending them to, you know, fully tenanted rooms and stuff, and they're only going to come back later on. Whereas if I handpick the ones that I can find in spare room, and obviously it might not be the right address, but let's say if I handpick the right ones and then I go to the places that's fully vacant, if I go in there with a bright yellow, you know, leaflet, granted they might not see it, but they might see it because they're going to be doing viewings on people and that, and they might do the first viewing, and they might just see this yellow thing, and I'm just offering this thingy with my name on it. And so that's what I want to be able to do. That's what I want to be able to do. So I think this is a really good idea to handpick the right ones of spare room, and then go to the actual addresses, whether that be agents, whether that be landlords. Of course, get the agents' numbers of spare room to be able to then call them. If that makes sense. I feel like when I'm talking, it's almost like I'm not saying the right things for some reason. I don't know fucking why, but one thing that I also need to work on is focus. Because right now, I'm not gonna lie, man, I like this girl, man. There's a girl that I like, that I just keep thinking of. Not too sure she likes me back. You know, I've been in the same situation before, and I feel like if I want to actually make like this YouTube thing, I feel like I've got to be honest with myself, as well as talk about, you know, business and stuff and getting this thing. I also want to talk about, you know, a bit of my personal life, get to know me too. One of the things that I keep constantly thinking of is like, oh, what if people find this video? What if people think about it? Yo, honestly, if they find out I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I clearly do give a fuck because I'm talking about it, but really, when I actually think about it, I don't give a fuck. You know, and this is something that I really, truly thought about when I thought about asking this girl out that I work with. You know, it was almost like, should I ask her? Because, you know, loads of people loads of people that the people that you work with, you tend to think to yourself, oh, is it best to ask the person out? Because obviously, if it comes to it and you ask the person out and he says no, what if other people find out and take the piss out of it for you? But really, no one's going to take the piss out for you. Because not only is that a dickhead move, but realistically, is someone going to come up to you and say, "Ha, ha, no, come on, man, we're not fucking kids." You know, when I think about, you know, Kai Cenat saying, asking that girl out in front of millions of people live, you know, he asked her, he got rejected. Well, now look at him now, he's got a girlfriend, he's doing well. So it's like, when you actually think about it in work, like, what's the worst that can happen? She might say no, okay. Well, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I'm probably never going to see that girl again outside of work. So it's like, I might as well ask her now, while, you know, I've got the opportunity to. But I was thinking about asking her and stuff, and I was thinking also about, you know, whether that's going to affect my business, getting in a relationship. But I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I always thought this, but I think if I find the right one, truly the right one that's got ambition, that it's not just, I want to say a general one, do you know what I mean? But someone that's actually motivated to like do things, and, you know, not just like the classic TikTok social media person, then yeah, I reckon it could. I reckon it can do really well. But I don't know, man. I'm in two different mindsets. You know, I hear about this thing. God, don't be a simp. Don't confess your feelings straight away. Don't, you know, don't chase her. Let her chase you. I don't know what to fucking do, bro. I really don't. But all I know is I want this, and I've got to chase this. So this is exactly what I'm doing. And yeah, it's pretty good. I've just called a landlord then. And I'm supposed to send him an email and proposal about a property that he's got. So I think the main thing that I need to do is structure my day to where it's aiming for the best possible, like the things that's going to get me the deal 100, like not 100%, but more likely than all the others. Because what I'm doing at the moment, like going for agents for sale, yeah, that's good, but that's not the main priority I should be focusing on. The main thing I should be focusing on is, okay, well, what's going to give me the most leads? That's going to give me the most leads. Do you know what I mean? So just keep pushing, keep going at it, and then eventually I will come to it, you know. And I've got a good team behind me. Use the opportunities that I've got with me. That's what I'm doing. Of course, it's going to be a bit techie with it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes. So, yeah. What am I going to do now? I don't know. I think I'm supposed to be sending messages now. To be fair, I made my calls. I made my calls to agents. Made my calls to landlords. Got follow-ups to do. Got a lot I need to sort out. But it's 7 o'clock. You know, it's so easy to take a break, man. But you take a break and you just start chilling. I ain't got time for that. I got to grind, man. Got to grind. So yeah, I will get my first rent HMO. Just a matter of time. Thank you, man. Thank you.